Suleiman Rahim here, mention the covenant, break of the 7 seals. Again, brothers and sisters, great fear is about to grip America. Maybe some are starting to feel some of it now, but it's going to be great fear. It's going to be so great because of massive heart failures and strokes. And maybe you can imagine that because everybody's running around, Super Bowl, having fun, Taylor Swift, Trump, and suddenly, unexpectedly, it goes from 100 to 0, boom, just like that. Full stop, brakes, bam, screech and screech. Right? And you're still sliding, you got your brakes on, full brakes, and you're sliding right into a brick wall. Right? And you know when you hit it, it's all over. That's great fear. If you ever been in that situation, you step on the brakes, and the car's still going. I had to happen to me one time, you know, when I moved back to Chicago, New Jersey, going up Pennsylvania, right? And I hate driving through Pennsylvania. They got some weird roads. I come up off an exit. Exit leads into another highway. I never seen anything like that, right? It was raining. I stepped on the brakes and slid right into the highway, and the car came down, hit me about 60, 70 miles an hour. If I have family in the car, I'm the only one who got hurt. Everybody has seatbelts. It messed my shoulder up. Actually, you know, still have issues with it now, but you know, it's workable. And when I put a brake, that car didn't stop. Boy, I said, ooh. Right? I mean, I wasn't in great fear, but I could, you know, I get the idea. But great fear, brothers and sisters. Because there's America, you know, nothing's going to happen to us. And now, they don't see, only see the brick wall they're getting ready to slide into, but they all could see what damage is going to do to them, how they end up. Great fear. It'll grip America in a few days. Comprehensive fear. It's going to affect everyone. It'll affect them, you initially, until you get your footing. But great fear is coming because these people never been attacked. Only major war ahead here is a war between themselves. And when they start thinking, and when they come to realize this war is about consequence, then it's going to really, the fear is really going to grip them. Because you know, well, they may translate it that God's after them. Either way, they'll realize there's no hope. And when you have fear and no hope. See, if you have fear and you have hope, then you might be able to endure the fear. When you have fear and no hope, that fear becomes unbearable, unreasonable, astronomical. Right? Move on, brothers and sisters. And that fear will not stop until the last grip America by the throat, and it will not stop till the last breath. Commentary, the mindful law. Now I'm going to talk about that, but I'm going to talk about some other things too, brothers and sisters. Okay, there's quite a few things I want to talk about here. Let me see what I got here. First of all, this is just breaking news. Revoke fatwa. Iran is Iran to go nuclear. It's a question they asked him. They asked this question because Iran's already said, if existential threat, we will go nuclear. And they said it won't take long for us to do it. And that's worries America and false Israel. And over here, this is worrying false Israel because Egyptian tanks are massed on the border. See? An undated video purports to show massive, right? But now, I can say this now because some of you may have guessed it, those of you paying somewhat attention. I've been saying, if you understand scripture, about the slingshot, David and the slingshot, that there's going to be a country from Africa, what you call Africa. And you might have guessed where that country is. Could be right by in the back door of false Israel. That's Egypt. They said they're going to get a surprise attack on false Israel and destroy the southern army. Go hit them in the head, knock them out. We're expecting that. And now you see it's how I go back. I've been talking about it for years. A lot about it last year. And I explained about that slingshot, the two witnesses. So now we see it's in motion. I can talk about it now. It's in motion. They're fearing it. Everything I've been telling you about, sisters, it's coming right on time, right? Accurately. Let's go here. Oh, let me previous. I missed something here. Okay, no more. Okay, brothers and sisters. See this right here? Now, Jonah didn't want this job. He wanted to die. He prayed back for death. He said, he want to do it. He want to do it. Even Jesus Jesus in the Bible said, he's Joshua too, right? They're all Joshua. He said, can you pass cup somebody else? He didn't want to go to crucifixion. And see, you understand what the crucifixion is? It ain't put him on the cross. It's the work he had to do. And he didn't want to do it. He said, can you give somebody else? I'll do it, but can you give somebody else? He didn't want to do it. Nobody wanted to do this except all these clowns out here. Ben X and all these clowns. Oh, I'm a and so-called Son of Man. The price they're going to pay in a minute. Because if you claim that, you don't understand what you're doing to yourself. Right? Because it's like, if someone's a millionaire, and you're claiming to be that person that, all the stuff that goes with being a millionaire, the accolades and everything, you claim it, you get that, but you don't deserve it because you don't, you're not. So you're going to pay a consequence for that. Because you're getting praise and all that stuff for being something you're not. Consequences, I tell you, consequences, can't play with consequence. I was going to tell you about one letter I got from Elijah Muhammad about that, but I think I better not, because you probably misinterpret it. They sent me a letter, right? Yeah, Master Elijah Muhammad sent me a letter. I think they got maybe 2 or 3, no, at least 2. A long time ago. When I got sick, somebody went to my room and took all that stuff. But you don't want to do it. I don't want to do this. I didn't want to do it. I don't want to do it now. See, the only reason I'm doing it, like I said, because of sisters. Because a promise was made. Look, you don't have to write a covenant that you're going to avenge your women. You have to write a covenant and say, I'm going to avenge mama or grandmama. No, that goes without saying. Even a bear knows that. They take care of their children, they take care of their children. And I'm going to covenant, take care of my children. No, you should know that instinctively just by being a man. See, that's why some days I kind of get a little riled up. I say, well, forget about the angel, forget about the clown. I mean, just being a man, you should know certain things just for your nature. Because we see, that the man came to Jesus not based on the angel. He came on his nature. His nature realized, told him that was the man. I explained it to you. You probably didn't pick that one up. I explained so many things, and nobody reads between the lines, right? So, well, he'd have his mind. How did he recognize Jesus then? Only thing he had was his nature. So the sheep know his master's call. So some things just know. And so nobody had to make a covenant and say, "Oh, we make a covenant that we're going to save our women." No, that's I'm doing it because that's what I'm doing. I have to make a covenant. No, we have to avenge our women if we don't deserve to have to avenge them. They're your mothers, they're your sisters. In our world, all women, either your mother, your sister. Like we had the tribes back there, all children, every woman in the tribe was the mother of those children. She all those children just like she was a mother. And they looked at her like mother. And saying, that's the way it is. I know Social Security and all that kind of stuff. They're always your mother. That's the way we roll. You understand? So so nobody had to tell me to do that. I said, that's why I'm doing it. Now brothers, they could avenge themselves. But the sisters, no. They are mothers, they are sisters. They must be avenged, and they will be revenged 100% total. Right? That's my mission. And the brothers come along fine. See? Otherwise, I wouldn't do this. Because I hate doing it. Now let me explain. See, this clown right here, he raped Farrakhan's mama, and therefore you get Farrakhan. But like father, like son, he's a devil. Like father, like son. See, he's raping the Nation of Islam, the sisters. He's rich, and they are doing fundraisers for him. Yeah, I know. I've been over there. They do fundraisers. That's what I do, fundraisers for this clown, so he can walk around in $5 glasses and all this stuff. So it looks stupid if you look on his face. Raping the sisters. It's like father, like son. He didn't produce a damn thing in Nation of Islam. He revived it. So let me say a few things. See, just that. See, one of the things with this job is, and I don't shun work. I mean, I've always been, my father got me, he had me when I was shorty, right? He had me doing something. I remember when my mother passed first, they gave us a shoeshine box. I had to walk like a mile downtown. Those of you familiar with Newark, New Jersey, right? Downtown, a place called Nedick's, right? I think it's on Broad Market, but it's around the corner right there. Right there, shine shoes. I was about 9, 10 years old. Every weekend, every Saturday, that's where I was. Out there all day shining shoes, bring the money home, give to dad. Right? Then I got older, right? Then I used to pick, we moved over, was living on Waverly Avenue at the time, Waverly. Then moved over to Fairmont Avenue, and they had a grocery store around the corner, so I was around there delivering groceries. So he kept me busy, so I never shunned work. He always had me doing something. So I never shunned work, and I've always worked hard. Right? So it's not about the work itself, it's the quality of it, I think. So I have to deal with people. I don't like dealing with people, especially people in our condition. People in our condition right now, I don't like doing it. Because they just don't understand. Okay? Because most think everything is easy. Let me give you an example here. The reason why most people see this injury, you know what the requirement is here? Use what you will use the word upload. That's easier. Right? I said it's already uploaded, but I'm gonna use the word upload so you understand. Because I can't get criticized, so people misunderstand things I'm saying. So I'm using the word upload because most people understand what I'm talking about when I say upload. So the job requires, first of all, you got to break those seals. Then you got to upload the angel. upload the key, all that, all information. Then you have to upload all the Bible that you got your hands on so far, that you know, because they haven't, like I said, there's some of the Bible I haven't took and applied digital key to yet. I explain that, but most of it I have. There's a lot of it I still haven't. Right? Like I said, it always speaks the same perspective, but that's still not an excuse, right? Only one person, I mean, either keep studying or start getting information out. So I can upload that, all that. I can upload Daniel and its keys, right? Upload the Quran, at least in general, because I don't remember all the Quran, because it's outdated, but in general, the basic ideas and concepts in there. I mean, I read the whole thing, so I'm familiar with what's in there, but not in detail, not like the Bible, not the angel. Right? And then the mathematics, vectors, I mean, all the mathematics I've learned over the years, how the universe works, right? And how, because I've explained things to people that's paying attention. I know they probably don't understand it, but I've been telling them things that the world doesn't know about the fulcrum. See, nobody heard anything like that before I told you, but that explains a lot. Because universe opens and closes, how do you didn't know that? That's how I told you. You probably didn't want anywhere the actual universe. How it contracts and expands, right? And energy deprivation, how the energy gets out. See, all these, and that's powerful stuff. That's powerful stuff that you never knew. And most people on this planet don't know. 99%, except maybe a few scientists that stay hidden incognito. Don't know this stuff. And a lot more. I can have stuff constantly uploaded in my memory all the time. Not just, you don't see me with any books or any notes here. I got a couple of notes I put in my phone that I want to talk about, but I don't want no details, just a couple of headlines. Say, okay, I want to speak to this, and that's it. But no, I'm not reading any scripts. That's what I constantly hear. So I had Alzheimer's, no way I could do this job, no way. Because every time I say something, I got to cross-reference immediately within a split second of everything, all the other stuff I have up there, to make sure it's accurate. Otherwise, I couldn't do this job. I was saying something, and I'd be just like what's happening over there in Freudville, the corpse, corpse. Because they say something, and five seconds later, they say just the opposite. And one of the reasons, they know they're lying, but one of the reasons they do that, because they don't have all the information to cross-reference. They only cross-reference the verse they just read, or maybe the chapter is read. Just cross-reference that. And that makes sense in that chapter right there. But when you cross-reference against all those stuff, it just falls apart. That's why they do the same country. That's part of the reason why they do it. So they haven't taken the time to upload all that information, and then you got to just upload it, but you got to carry it all the time. It's like, first you got to lift the weight, and now you got to carry the weight around with you all the time. So, damn. You understand? No, you don't understand. Because nobody's done that. Nobody's done that but myself. So that's why you don't see me contradicting myself. Because if I do it, I'm cross-referencing all the scriptures, the angel key, how the universe works, which is not in the Quran directly, vectors, algebra, calculus, how it all works in, fulcrum, justice, what's justice at that point in time. All this stuff, and plus a lot more you're not aware of, I gotta have constantly uploaded, active, in memory, constantly, 24/7. Have it right there, right now. So when I talk it, I'm cross-referencing that before I say something. And you think that's easy? Try it. I guarantee most of you probably upload maybe a verse or a couple that I can tell by the way you say. You say things don't make any sense. It makes sense to you if you just look at that little piece right there. But once I show you something else, because why was that a surprise when I showed you something else over here? Because if you had an angel mind, you would have. I would have to show you already have it. You would have had an angel mind because you haven't uploaded. You upload little pieces here, little piece there. You put a little piece here today, and then you memorizing stuff. Oh, I got to talk about this one. Let me go upload this little piece. See? Or you just talk from memory, what you heard me say. So you don't have to enter your mind. It takes work to get into your mind, and you don't want to put that work in. But they say 100%, 100% means 100%. See, I don't know, you got that devil 100%, right? Which means 100% of what makes you feel good. That's not 100%. This is the hardest job. That's why I say, look, he was slain from the fountain of the earth. This is the hardest job. I didn't realize that. I got into it. I said, God tricked me into this. Oops. My sound's okay. Let me double check. And have my microphone on. %, of okay, it's loud enough. Let me get my microphone so I get better. So just reiterate a little bit because I didn't have my microphone on. Yep, upload all the information I'm talking about, the angel, the key, right? The angel key, the angel self, all 22 chapters. Book of Daniel and his keys. You know what you, I mean, you got to have the seal, then plus unsealed, the sealed Bible. I can't forget about that. The way they explain it, their interpretation of it, that's another whole book there. Sealed Bible, unsealed Bible, there's two different books. Did you understand that? The sealed Bible and the unsealed Bible are two different books. Once you unseal it, you got another book there. So I gotta have both of those up later all the time because I gotta always refer back to the sealed Bible, displaying what that stuff is talking about. So I gotta know about displaying it. Vectors, how the universe works, energy deprivation, how consciousness works, the mind of God, the prophecy, how all that stuff works. That stuff's not an angel. Math, fulcrum, how that, you never, most of these things you never heard of before and no one's talked about because they don't know, never heard this stuff before. The fulcrum, you never knew what that was. Never heard anything like that before. You have to explain it, still don't understand it. These are ocean clothes, energy deprivation. Never heard about that before either. Because you don't understand how the universe works. Consciousness, consequence. One body, Hajj. Not, see, all that stuff, that's not angel. All that stuff, I have to understand a comprehensive concept of Quran. I don't remember that in detail. I don't think I need to because, like I said, it's out of date, but all right, I do have enough. I've read the whole thing, so I'm familiar enough so I can go back and know what things are and look what I need to look in detail if I'm going to speak on it. I'm going to speak on some of it today. All that stuff has to be uploaded in real time, active, 24/7. So every time I say something, I got to cross-reference anything I say against all that stuff to make sure that it fits. It's consistent. Because all that stuff, right? All that's one thing. So cross-reference it, make sure. And so therefore, like I said, if I had Alzheimer's, there's no way I could do this job. Because most of you don't do anything like that. First of all, What you keep active is mostly what's in front of you right now. That's your active brain, what's mostly in front of you right now. Or you might memorize stuff, but you're mostly dealing with what's your issues right now. And so I'm carrying around 1,000 pounds, you carrying around a few ounces. And these clowns, like been there, they walk around with a little ounce and act like they carry a ton. And so misleading people. And when the people have to, they tell, oh man, you just got to lift up this ounce. All you have to lift the ounce. They don't realize, no, you want to get out, you got to lift up that ton. And so you lift that ounce, you say, oh, I'm strong now. And then when the shit hit the fan, you get blown away because you have no strength at all. That's the same analogy. Because you got to have angel strength. I keep telling it's a mind war. Get out of here. And they give these little, oh, I'm the son of man. I'm this, I'm that, right? And you think you got something, and then when the shit hit the fan, you fall apart. You get crushed because you had nothing. Because you had to go and lift that ton. That's why you got to go to tribulation. You have to get the mind. And if the mind was easy, everybody would have it. If the mind is the angel, it says no one in the heavens or earth could lift it. I mean, it's a heavy ass book. And that's what you have to lift to qualify. And they ain't nowhere near it. You just those guys, they know nothing. That's what you have to lift. And assume had to lift it first, he's just the example you need to know to get there. They say you got to be in the Lamb's Book of Life. You got to come to that level. That's the level you need to get out of here. It ain't something that he just made up. That's the level you need, right? If there's a flood coming and say, well, you need to be able to swim 3 miles. Well, you got to swim 3 miles. If you can't swim 3 miles, you're going to drown. He's just telling you what's the nature situation. I'm not just telling you something. I'm telling you how the universe works and what the requirement is. So I'd be lying to you. Oh, you come in your little house. Well, I can't stop being crushed. The pressure increases. If you get handled, you're going to be crushed by it. Nothing I can do. Help you. And they got double chastisement coming. Because they walk around, it's like you walk around saying, oh, well, I'm a millionaire. I'm a movie star. So everybody's, hey, look at that guy, man. They're doing stuff for you and all that kind of stuff. See, in other words, you walking around and you get all this attention stuff that you wouldn't be getting because you lying. So now you got to pay for that because you don't deserve it. Because you're lying. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. I said, you go out and claim you something that you ain't. Then you get the consequence of what you got from making that lie. Oh, people, hey man, you can have he came to a restaurant, man, that guy, he didn't sell, man. Look, you can have a free meal or to use a house. Well, you got to pay for that because you ain't Denzel. Because you're saying you're somebody you're not. They're doing these things to you that you wouldn't be doing because you're lying. Just that's what false Israel. That's part of it they're paying for. Because they're saying there's somebody they're not. And so they get all this praise from people. What they say? He who curses Israel is cursed who blesses Israel. So you get all these blessings that you ain't supposed to be getting. So you got to pay a consequence for that. That's why they're going to be this destruction be so terrible for them. You don't get away with anything. And we're not getting the best we're supposed to get. That means being damned up. See, their curse is being damned up, and our blessing being damned up. And that's why it's going to break suddenly, and it's going to drown them and lift us up. So you walking around here put a couple of verses. And so you saying this, and that's why it doesn't fit, because you say, okay, I show you some other, and okay, so I think, because you didn't cross-reference to all that stuff. And you can't cross-reference because you don't have that stuff. You haven't uploaded it. You're sitting around doing this, doing that. And you haven't put 100% in and took time to do that. And it's not easy. That's what you're going to have to do with tribulation. You're going to have to upload, fully upload into your mind. Because then when you understand that, because think about it. He got this universe here, all this stuff going in the universe, right? So you have conscious knowledge. That means you're going to be in sync with the universe, right? But what if you got a religion, like Hinduism or Christianity, that don't know all this stuff? Then you're going to stuff that don't fit in because you don't know how it affects other things. So you walk around blind. You don't know about vectors. You don't know about consequence. Even the Hindus know about consequence. They call it karma. That's what consequence. They know about. But Christianity don't tell you about consequence. Oh, you got grace. Or you just believe in Jesus. You see what I'm saying? So you can make a lot of errors and mistakes. That's why you gotta have a compass. He said you won't leave. If you're the maker, owner, creator of planet Earth, if that's who you are, that means you have to have a thorough knowledge of the universe, which means thorough knowledge of self. How can you be God of the universe or God's universe if you don't understand the universe? You have that conscious knowledge. And the angel gives you that. It gets you on the road path to that. Because right now, 99.9% of people here don't even know what's going on here. They can't tell who the jinn is. They can't tell who the dragon is. They can't tell you, well, they really can't tell who the demons are. They can't tell you who the angels are. They don't know who Allah is. You see, by somebody like the likes of Farrakhan, they don't know who the jinn are, who the witnesses are. Well, yeah. Yeah. The world is interacting with all that, interacting on that level 24/7. So how the hell are they getting around? How are they walking around blind to all of that? And the angel gives you all that information, all of it. And that's just identifying who's who and what's what. What about all those things? How do they interact with each other? Pressure. You talk to average black person, hell, I did. Pressure is the ruling mathematical concept. It's controlling mathematical concept. I don't know that. I don't know about energy. Yeah, still, we all energy, we're all math and math. So how in the hell they walk around blind? How was you walking around blind like that? So how can you make proper decisions? How can you get? How can you do anything correctly? I got family members. They still understand the law of consequence, and they make mistake after mistake after mistake. They don't want to listen to me, so that's their problem. Not mine, it's theirs. See? Because they believe this American dream. Oh, just you can be what you want to be. Really? Be all you can be. And then they tell you, and then the worst of it is they tell you can be what you want to be, and then they define to you what that is. No, you want to be this, boy. You want to be this. So you really how you be what you want to be because they define what it is you want to be. So you walk around blind. 99.9% of people is blind. They don't understand these things, yet still there's stuff all around you. Understand energy, understand pressure, understand energy deprivation, understand who Adam is. Sunnis don't know who Adam is. They think we're all Adam. They don't even know who the jinn are. Yeah, they're the jinn. Who is Jacob? Who is Esther? Who is Israel? Who is the dragon? Which relationship Esau and Jacob? Who is this goat? They have no idea. And you got all this that pass on, and what are you doing with it? Because you got that, you should be light years ahead of anybody on this planet because they don't know any of it. Any of it. Just walk down the street and they don't know any of it. You say, well, how the hell are you functioning? Well, I work every day. I got my job and I get paid. And I can go in and give me a beer and hit my old lady and give me some pork chops. And that's about as far as they go. Pay my bill, get my car. That's about as far as the knowledge they have. It goes on. He said, well, there, how the hell you function? But our people, many people on that level. So you see, they got to go to 0 to 90 in 10 seconds, in 3 seconds, in 1 second. That's what the angel, that's what tribulation is about. They go 0 to 90, or 0 to 1,000 miles an hour in 1 second. Are they gonna make it? Because look at the level they are right now. Anybody's familiar with angel, any at all, and they true for themselves, and whether they understand it or not, the knowledge they have, if they can appreciate it, that they can see, is astronomically different than what our brothers and sisters have out in the streets. Astronomically different. I mean, it's not even a close call. You ask them any question, couldn't answer any of them. None, 0. You know the economic system for the time. You know the times change, seasons, and the scriptures where that comes from, and this computer. And you don't appreciate that you know that. There's only a few you do. If you're familiar with it, I'm not sure I can say you know it. That's required, and that's where I have to be. That's where I am at. I know all those things. I got a comprehensive knowledge of self, thorough knowledge of self, how the universe works, everything. There's nothing that escapes my attention. There's no knowledge, general knowledge, right? I got it all. Oh, yeah, well, $10,000, anyone prove I don't? I explain all that stuff. Bible, scripture. Well, here I go with my camera. Oh boy. But I know this knowledge they have. How did I get that? Give it 10%. Give him 1%, give him 100%. I got 30 years to put it together, right? But I had like a year just to get the lay out the foundation. That was hell right there, because I had to break the seals and stop. I got a book to show that I did it, because I gave 100%. Yeah, I lost my family and everything as a result of it, but that's what I did. Because I said, these sisters, they will be avenged unless something happens to me. They will be avenged. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if the sisters like me or not. It's not the point where they like me or not. I ain't say if y'all like me, I'm going to avenge you. No, you avenge your women or you don't deserve to have them. I mean, I just can't understand that one. That's one of the things that really rocks me. That had nothing to do with the angel, the Bible, the Quran, right? Somebody rape your mama, and now you finger bump them? Oh, bro. Well, we ain't do it. My mama, papa, my grandma and them did it. You see? Now you don't get away with that one. Born brown sisters.
Then he left the crowds and went into the house. And his disciples came to him and said, explain to us the parable of the weeds of the field. 37 And he said, the one who sows the good seed is the Son of Man. 38 And the field is the world, and as for the good seed, these are the sons of the kingdom, and the weeds are the sons of the evil one. 39 And the enemy who sowed them is the devil, and the harvest is the end of the age. And the reapers are angels. 40 So just as the weeds are gathered up and burned with fire, so shall it be at the end of the age. 41 The Son of Man will send forth his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all stumbling blocks, and those who commit lawlessness. 42 And they will throw them into the furnace of fire. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. 43 Then the righteous will shine forth like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. The one who has ears, let him hear.
Okay, this is one of the things I want to talk about here. See, you gotta pay close attention to this. Yeah. Like I said, I just reviewed this scripture this week, last week, I guess, right? I said all these scriptures say the same thing, it's just different perspectives. Right? And so nothing I said in the past contradicts this. Because I cross-reference all the stuff. And so before I say something, I don't just cross-reference that verse, that chapter. Everything fits in. So here, it's talking about chaff and the wheat, right? But if you look, it's two kingdoms here, right? You got the kingdom of the devil, the evil one, and you got the kingdom of Son of Man, right? So you get down to verse 40 down here, it says, the weeds, they're the kingdom of the devil, right? Right? They're burned with fire. That's the weeds. Now remember, the weeds and chaff, right? There was somebody that sowed their seed, right? So these are devil's seed that's mixed in with our women. So they sowed their seed amongst our women. If they sowed their seed, that means they sowed seed. Somebody had to receive the seed. That's a female. They sowed it in our nation. That means somebody sowed their seed into our nation. That's what it's telling you. That's the demons. That's the wheat. They look like us. They ain't us. That's the weeds. Right? Elijah was told not to try to separate because he wasn't wise enough to do it. So he said he will gather them all together. That's what will separate them out and burn them up. Burn them up. See? Because they're the devil's people. They're devils. The devils will be burned up too, right? So the enemy has sold them. See, the enemy did that. And the enemy is the devils. For I can't say devils anymore, right? And hearts entered age and reaps of angels, right? Okay. Then, second 41, the Son of Man will send for his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all the stumbling blocks and all those commit lawlessness. So what stumbling blocks? Benex, Ishmael, they're not demons. Stumbling blocks, can people stumble? Confusing people, one walking in the buildings because they're blind, stumbling blocks, and lawlessness, just lying. And they know they're lying. I'm going to speak to that in a minute. Make sure I got that note down here. I got a bunch of notes. I got a lot to talk about today. I got to start a little early. So I'll see how it works. Okay, I got that note here. Claiming they're Son of Man. I told you what happened to them, the consequence of that, right? Well, these preachers out there, some of the preachers are demons, they get burned up. The ones that's original. Now, we know there's some of our people, they got crushed by the Holocaust. They went strong to make it. And that was the purpose of the 40 years in the wilderness, to let them die out. See, because Llama was around with mass farmers around, most of them didn't now. That's why 40 years they pretty much die out. Because we ain't trying to hurt them. I mean, they didn't make it. They went through the Holocaust, they just didn't make it. It was structure wasn't strong enough, the gene structure wasn't strong enough, and they was crushed. And they round, and most of them, they're just confused. They don't identify with anything. They just go along with whatever the devil says. They're not demons. You see them, right? There's like rolling weeds. Says that wherever the devil says they go and do whatever, and right, because they have no foundational roots or anything. Because they was crushed by the Holocaust. They're not going to identify with Elijah. Not going to identify with me. Right, whatever the devil say, whatever they're going to go along with anything. The Democratic Party or anything, just go along with whatever the wind blows. See? And so they can't make it to the hereafter, right? And so that's why that 40 years was just let them just die out. Nobody's trying to do anything to them. some are still around. Some of them still had children too. Right? See? But then you got the other ones, right? Is these the ones like Ishmael and those guys? Right? Now, like Ishmael, for instance, he's an idiot. Right? And he's using our people. He's raping them. Because Farrakhan said, hey man, if you do this, he got a nice house, nice car. He would not have if he was out there in the world, because he's stupid. He's an idiot. He couldn't get a job working Burger King, right? Cleaning out toilets with his tongue. He couldn't do that. He couldn't get a job or anything. Because he's stupid. He's an idiot. Right? But he's a collaborator. Now see, if you put in that context, you have, in the military, infiltrators. That means from the other side, they come into your group, infiltrate, change sides around, they confuse people. They wear the uniform the same as other people. And they confuse people because, hey, and you be saluting them because you think it's a lieutenant office, and you be giving bad information because they're infiltrators. They come in, that's called, so confusion before the battle. Well, that's the demons, infiltrators. Then you got the collaborators. That's the ones that's part of your army, but they get scared. Man, we ain't gonna win this, man. Say spying for the enemy. Hey, man, we're gonna do this. Hey, man, when you lose, you're going, can I be with y'all, man? Can you? The cowards and stuff like that. That's the collaborators. They collaborate with the enemy. They part of your people, your body. They're collaborating. See, they collaborate with the demons and everybody else, right? Because the devils and demons, they're the same. It's just the demons have black skin. That's what Ishmael doing. He collaborating with the demon, the main demon, Farrakhan. See? And so those people, they're traitors, collaborators, cowards. Don't want to stand and fight. They know, but I'm scared, man. The devil won't get me. I know you're saying the truth, man, but because it said, the many of our people, it says in Exodus, they didn't accept Moses because they was afraid of Pharaoh. And what the angel says, all the fearful will be thrown in the lake of fire. Be fearful. So they fear none but Allah. Okay, so that group right there, they were thrown into the furnace. So they didn't burn them up. They throw them in the furnace, a hot place, a place of torment. They don't burn up. It's just essentially hot heat, suffering intense hot torture. That's bottom line. They tell you there. Because they won't be burned up. Why? Because they be weeping in national TV. Oh, please, I'm sorry. No, we don't hear it. And watch the bag that Ishmael gonna put on in a minute. Oh, that boy gonna put on a bag you can imagine. I'm Elijah's son. No, he gonna put on a bag like you can imagine. Nobody's gonna hear it, at least I'm not. And so this is about to happen. See, all these things I'm talking right now, we're just seconds away. Because I showed you, right, just what going on over there. Egypt is praying for war with false Israel. Iran is preparing, everybody's preparing over there. So it's imminent. So again, I'm breaking down, showing you how these things work, the categories. Who's falling, who's going to be doing what? These preachers, like Elijah Muhammad said, he wouldn't be a preacher if their shoes were made of gold and diamonds or something to that effect. See? Because again, remember, these are people walking around with a 5-pound weight telling you, hey man, that's all you need to qualify. We need a ton, you need to have a 10-pound weight. And so when the pressure comes, you get crushed because 5 pounds, that won't do. Because when you live in the sealed Bible, you live 5 pounds. And that's a ton. It's a big difference. Because like I said, 99.9% of you haven't uploaded, you definitely haven't uploaded the angel. You haven't uploaded the sealed Bible. You haven't uploaded the Quran. You might have uploaded a couple of prayers, but you haven't uploaded very little anything. Because you're mostly dealing with the stuff you're dealing with every day. So therefore, that's why Some of you that's doing it make mistakes because you don't. Since you only thing you could reference is what you got loaded. So when you guys are Quran uploaded, then you can't use the angel. You can't reference the angel to see if something fits with that. You only accept the angel because you don't know where it is. But you understand where it is, place puts in, where the Quran, where steps in, then you put all this in and say, okay, something happens, you can quickly, in speed, blink of an eye, cross-reference it before you open your mouth and say something that might be contradictory, like you see them do it all the time over in their broadcasts. Because like I said, we know they're lying, but the point is, aside from lying, the problem is, right, is that we got very little information. Remember, they only got the 5 pounds. Because Pharaoh don't have any information, and they cross-reference that little information, maybe a verse here, a verse there. It's like Abraham. Now, they've uploaded the Abraham vision, but they have uploaded Abraham a covenant. Apparently, maybe Pharaoh has, but he's not encouraging people to. So therefore, he can get away with saying, we ain't going nowhere. But if you look at the whole thing, you have to say, no, you have to check yourself, because that's part of the, right? You understand that? So that's why they say things all the time is contradictory, because they haven't uploaded all the information that's available. Not even close, actually. They haven't uploaded, if they upload the sealed by itself, that would be better. At least they could cross-reference on that, but they still be messed up because you need a comprehensive view, and the angel gives you pretty much that. But it doesn't go into the math and the science and all that kind of stuff, so you have to cross with all of that. Does it make sense mathematically? Does it make sense scripturally? Does it make sense? I got to compare what David is saying. I mean, what Daniel is saying, what Job is saying, all the crosses, all that. And you may not realize it. I'm opening my mouth right now when I say things. I've made a cross reference and trick of an eye. You don't even realize I'm doing it. And that's where you got to get to. Let me say a couple more things here. Now you know that there's a line over there even aside from the lack of being a cross-reference, having enough information cross-reference. Because they avoid everything out there that speaks negative Farrakhan. That means there's nothing out there that verifies Farrakhan. So everything that speaks about Farrakhan speaks about him negatively, except in the case where he was with Moses during time. He was with Moses. You see, time where Aaron was with Moses, after that, he went rogue. He destroyed Nation Islam. They're trying to cover it up. They say he's Peter. Well, Peter, what was about Peter? See, they don't tell you the part, see, that's what I'm saying. They don't give you comprehension. They say the part they like. Because Peter, he was cutting off it. Every time Jesus put somebody's ears on, told him, woke him up mentally, audio. He was cutting their ears off. That's Peter was doing, right, cutting their ears off. Well, camera again. Why was he cutting their ears off? Because he was trying to stop people hearing what Jesus was saying. That's what Farrakhan's doing. So yeah, Peter, well, he was the enemy. He was enemy to oh boy, this camera that was working all the way, all of a sudden it went crazy. You understand? He just cut people's ears off. And then if you go to Aaron, well, Aaron was none but wickedness in Moses' absence. See, they don't talk about that. You get Abraham cut, all about leaving. So you leave out the part that would destroy Farrakhan, because if you leave the part that would destroy us all, we're not going anywhere. If you say the covenant part of the Abrahamic vision. So that's what he does. He says, okay, just Give me this part. That's how you know they're lying, except in the case where you're stupid and they don't have information, to have but a little bit of information cross-reference, like maybe just chapter they're talking about. But it sounds like that in that chapter. It's just like the thing about they would be nourished by the face of the serpent. You understand that just cross-referencing, that's another type of cross-reference. I don't know what I'm going to do with this camera, brothers and sisters. Let me play later. I don't know. Let me leave it like it is for now. You understand? So that's how you know they're lying. Because there's nothing in the scripture that validates that Farrakhan's any good. Nothing. Nothing. Zero. Nada. Only time we see with Moses, when Moses is absent, he had been working the golden calf and everything else. But why? And he speaks the devil's language. Because he is a devil. Listen to him. We're gonna save America, and he's out for all humanity. Last I heard, it was a message of black man in America. He said all this stuff because he know he had no portion in the hereafter. Hereafter we're going. He know he's a demon. You know he aspires to Abrahamic covenant, like Daniel says. So keep this in mind, brothers and sisters. And was there something else I'm saying? Oh yeah, this. Well, let me get that down. That's next. Okay, let me speak to this first. Now I told you, I said, oh, but why am I having this camera problem all of a sudden? Been working fine. That's, I had to go crazy. And I told you, I says, Matt Farmer's on a different page, because he's on the intro page. It says on knowing heavens or earth, under earth, he's on the intro page. I said his father wouldn't got his information from all those scientists. So he's on a different book, different page than me. Huh? I said he may be given no scripture, whatever. I said, you know, you got this supreme wisdom, but how far does that go? But you read the Quran here, and I'm going to go to the next page. Now, when you understand, of course, Reverend, you understand who Master Farmer is. He's David. He had a son, Solomon. That's where Son of Man comes from. David's going to be the king. He's going to rule in the hereafter, right? But the Quran tells you, he was given this book called the Zabur. Now, the Sunnis, they claim that's book of Psalms. That's not a book of Psalms. They don't know what it is. They're guessing. But he was given this book, David, a special book. So I guess I can mention that now. So you said, I think he's given some other book, whatever. I don't know what the book is. I haven't seen it. But in that book, apparently, the timetable and everything he's working on is in that book. Maybe knowledge of how to build a will. I don't know. Maybe Supreme Wisdom, some chapter or something in it. But he was given a book. They tell us the book of Psalms. Well, pardon me, it's not. Don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. All I know is Master Farmer has it. So you can read it. 55, find my follow. See? And that Lord knows best knows who are in the heavens and earth, and certainly we made some of the prophets ourselves, and as David gave it, Zabur. And here you go right here. And our Lord knows best those who are in heavens and earth, certainly we have made some of the prophets except others, and today we get the Zabur. Now, let me say one thing about that. I've been meaning to say the last couple of days. I keep forgetting. Now it says, Allah best of planners. Now, have you ever analyzed these verses? So if God is somebody like so superior, like, say, for instance, we're ants and he's a human. I mean, he way beyond that, right? Well, do you have to plan against ants? No, you just go and step on it and go on. You got to make a plan. You got to make a plan, something that you have respect for, that has power, that you have to figure out how to take that power from them. So if Allah is planning, that means he must be a man, and he has superior knowledge to those he's planning against. But he must be similar to what he's planning against. Or why would you need to make a plan? You got to make a plan against your dog, your cat. Oh, I'll make a plan. And make a plan how I'm going to get rid of my dog and get rid of my cat. Or I'm going to get rid of these ants and these roaches. Just step on them. You're going to make a plan against somebody you respect has power that you intend to overcome. So he says, they plan. Why do you Allah care about their plans? If you can just wipe a wand, the whole universe just disappears. See, especially Christians can't stand on that kind of scrutiny, right? So that means he don't have that kind of power, because why do you need to plan? Okay? They have a plan, I have the best of planners. Keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. Okay. Mr. Trump. See, America's they're a land of hypocrites and liars and thieves, everything. Make mischief, shed blood. It'd be lying and thief to make mischief and shed blood, because that's what shed blood is all about, yeah. Liar and a murderer, maybe, shedding blood. But it says that's him. See, because Trump is going around, he's making it clear. He dictates, he's going to take people's land, he's going to do this, do that. Right? Him in America. Right? That's the two horns. And then false Israel, who they support 100%. But America's a dictator. They tell people what to do. Nobody tell them what to do. They got in the UN, they got a veto. If this is a democracy, why do you need a veto? That means the whole world has to bow to your will. Because you say, I don't know, no. And millions of people sitting there, some representative, but you can overrule all of that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a dictator, because democracy is a joke anyway. If your body ran like a democracy, you'd be dead in a minute, right? But they dictate to the world. And now he's in trouble, because the dam is about to break, and he's going to get the full brunt. He's going to inherit a shitstorm. That's what Trump's going to inherit. Suleiman's going to break the cross. And great fear, because they're going to have no military to back up. And they're going to realize that Jesus ain't formed Jesus for us. That maybe Jesus is one of us. And no military to stop an invasion force on the way. There's no China's on the way, and nothing they can do to stop it. Understand? So he's trying to control. Okay. It takes energy to control something. The Americans with $32 trillion in debt, that means they're broke. Only reason they still do that, because people still buying their bond stuff, because they're afraid to piss America off. They stop buying in America, overthrows and whatever. That's why I got rid of Gaddafi, because he said, I don't want no more of your IOUs. I want gold. Same thing Saddam Hussein, I'll tell you that backstory. Because they went off that paper scheme and said, no, I want real gold. And so they had to get rid of them. Because they started getting real gold, America would be ground troops. They ain't telling you that way. So you try to control something, it takes energy to that. That means less control for yourself. See? So now Trump's trying to control everything. Because they're losing control. Remember, always think of, why is someone doing that? Look at the action. They say, what's the reaction that's causing That's what they look at. What they're doing is they say that's action, but it's a reaction to something. Nothing happens in a vacuum. It's reaction. So why is Trump acting like this? What's the factor in the behind the scenes that's making him act like that? I'm gonna take Greenland. I'm gonna take Mexico. I'm gonna take Panama. I'm gonna take Canada. Yeah, what's making them act like that? It's a force. It's forcing them to act like that. It's not going to work. That shows their desperation. Okay? A desperation. Trying to get more control. That's the last thing you want to do. Is when you're in trouble, trying to get control, because that puts you out of control. That actually puts you out of control, because you're using the energy to control something. That means you lose control of yourself, because you should be using the energy to control yourself, but you just control something else. That control, that's a devil idea, controlling stuff. I tried to explain to somebody the other day. Controlling, that's wrong. You don't see me controlling anybody. I don't control anyone. I ain't trying to control my children. Maybe I should have. Right? But you try to control, you lose control of yourself. Energy to do that. So they're in debt right now, so they really effectively don't have an energy. They're $72 trillion in debt. Effectively, if America only worth $72 trillion, they're at impasse. Right? They don't have, got zero money. They pay off their debts. You understand what I'm saying? Hope you understand. So they're desperate. They're trying to gain more control because they lose control. They're talking about all this faith stuff. They're talking about the so-called forecast faith and all that kind of stuff. Faith, because they're falling apart. There's aggressive move within it. And they're trying to counter it by trying to attack it mathematically. That's bullshit. Attacking mathematically. You understand, brothers and sisters? That's what's going on now. America's in trouble. They're trying to gain control. More control, because they're losing control. And they gain control, right? The more control they gain, the weaker they become, because it takes energy to do that. So they got a dilemma here. It's their problem. Grab as much as I can take, which create greater consequence. They can't escape the situation, brothers and sisters. Yeah. See some of the white sisters, right? They're all of a sudden getting darker. Why is that? We don't want you. We'll try to jump the loser, the winner. Well, if you're here when that door closes, you're a loser. If you hear the door close, unless you part of the Nation of Islam, that's something you still won't make it. So we're on, brothers and sisters. See why I'm here. Monday. Okay. Okay, the other thing is, what has become of her? That's Quran. See, the time of coming is that, okay, I'm putting a mathematical point of view. Everything's mathematics. I mean, you mathematics. It all fits in. When you have an accident, I mean, there's no such thing as accident. That means the mathematics was against you. To get you to the extent that you out of balance. And what's that guy, Christopher Reeves, he used to be Superman. I said right there, I said, hey, that dude's in trouble. I share this with you, and whether you accept it or not, it's up to you. I said, this guy, people don't pay attention, but they said he's Jesus Christ. He's super, he could do all this grand stuff. They won't say it that way. They said, Superman is Jesus Christ. And so you get all people, remember, he can't do any of those things. But now he's getting rock star status because, like, he could do those things. Am I losing you? He's getting all this status, and that's what happened to all these people, right? All this status, because in the movies, he can do these things, and people perceive they maybe can do these things. He can run fast, fly fast, see X-ray vision, all that kind of stuff, right? So he's getting all kinds of accolades and letters and stuff, people know, because they credit for doing that kind of stuff, and they respect him, so forth, so on, right? But he can't. So he's getting all this that he would not get normally, and all this costs. People say nice thing, all that costs, everything, all energy costs. Like, get that through your head. Nothing escapes. Or if I say nicely, that cost, that's giving you something. They give you a pleasant word, a pleasant atmosphere, because it comes to the atmosphere, so some of the ears is pleasant, right? What's the difference between that taking blind sound here, taking smoke in here? You can take sound here that mess your brain up. You know, you don't see it that way. You really don't see it that way. You don't see it that way, see? I'm about to say, yeah. Take a smoke in here. Take sound in here. But you're paying for it. I said, you get a reward for doing good to others. That means you're giving them something. You're doing good, you're giving them something. You give them a nice word. Remember, even Christ said, a kind word is better than injury after. All these things cost. Everything costs. So now they pay a price for it. I said, watch that man. I said, that guy, the way they preparing him, they ain't saying it, but the way he's preparing, hey, look at it, then next thing you know, in a wheelchair for life. Just the opposite of Jesus. I mean, of Superman. So it's the opposite. He can't do anything. Can't breathe on his own. All that superpower, now no power. I said it. Because I understood the consequence of it. Because they wouldn't say it, but they wouldn't come out and say it, but he was Jesus. Right? Because if you read the story anyway, the Jesus story, it's the same thing as the Jesus story, ain't it? A child come from another planet, all these superpowers. Okay, where did Jesus come from? They say he came from God. Where does God live? If there's some such God out there, he has to live on another planet. Where he gonna live in our sun and just open space? He has to live on a planet heaven. I mean, how's it hard to understand that? And when you start looking at it like that mathematically, you say, oh shit, what the hell happened? They had me on that one, boy, that crack was good. He's on the planet heaven, on the planet, they call it planet heaven. And angels, his name is the people. They call it, like we call it the Russians or what they call them, they call those angels. And he's the king of the, he's the king. And all the angels, all these people. Incidentally, if you get to heaven, you will not have any wings. You got to understand mathematics of it. Show me something that got wings that got two hands. Because the genes of it means you got to trade your hands for wings. You got 2 feet. But show me something that got 4 hands, 2 feet, and 2 hands of 2 wings. Because it doesn't fit in our genetic code. Everything comes from us. You would be able to fly, but because we can make a machine that's very lightweight, hardly knows it, put on your back. And you can use it wings, right? You can act just like, I mean, you control it mentally and you can fly. But you can fly long distance just around the neighborhood, kids can fly and everything else. The same technology used to build a wheel. But you ain't gonna grow none. So Jesus had to live on, he come from another planet as a child. He had to, these earth parents had to take care of him. He grew up, he's doing all these great wonders. That's the basic idea behind Jesus, ain't it? So he had to be on another planet. And he came here. Okay? And so he's doing these great things. Okay? And so he was going to be the modern day Jesus. And look at him now. Because you pay for everything. He's a good example. You don't understand the example. If you stood around and see what happened to Trump, you'd be, ooh. Because he's a big bully. He can't do a goddamn thing. But he got people thinking he can do it, and he's doing this stuff. He's trying to take control when he don't have control anymore. You understand what that means? You don't have any control anymore, and you're trying to tell everybody you got control. So you're paying the price of having something that you don't have. And applying something, acting in a way that you don't really have that power anymore. But you get people think you do, so people react because they think you have that power. So therefore, they're acting in a way. Let me say another way. You got counterfeit money. So you're giving it to people, and they give you stuff for it, but you really ain't paying for it because you got counterfeit money. You're gonna pay for that. You might be getting counterfeit, but consequence gonna catch your ass because you got to pay for that. You got to really pay. You don't pay them, but you're gonna pay because you get them. The same thing. When you are bluffing, that's what you're doing. You're selling counterfeit power. Trump is selling counterfeit power. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do. He ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. He's selling. That's a good way of saying it. He's selling counterfeit power. That's what a bully does. Until somebody step up, like I told you about Tyson thing. Buster Doug stepped up, didn't buy that counterfeit Iron Mike stuff and whooped Mike's ass. And Mike had never won a fight since then because nobody was buying that counterfeit money shit no more. Once they realized the counterfeit money, they ain't buy it anymore. Hey, that guy got counterfeit money. I ain't buying, sell him nothing no more. And everybody's about to find out when Iran makes this move that America has counterfeit power. I mean, you should be able to figure it out mathematically because they're $32 trillion in debt. That means they already don't have any. So they operate off of debt. That means they have counterfeit power. And they're selling counterfeit power. And so now, when nations find out that there's counterfeit power, everyone's going to come back and collect. Oh man, you gave me counterfeit money, man. Now, I mean, all the nations are closing on America to collect. That's Europe too. They're selling counterfeit power. Is that too complicated for you? I tell you, it's all mathematics. Farrakhan selling counterfeit power. Ishmael selling counterfeit power. All these other clowns selling counterfeit power. Oh, I'm this. Oh, suddenly I'm this. They're selling counterfeit. But they're getting stuff for it. I guess a better way of saying it, a simpler way of saying it. They're getting stuff for it. So what's going to happen to them? And then those ones that in the name of Allah, and then they go out and just lie. Can you imagine that one? In the name of Allah, we ain't going nowhere. And Allah says you are. You see all this I'm trying to get an idea what the hell is about to hit America and all these people thrown in the furnace because they're all selling counterfeit. What do you call it? What do you call it on the hood? That word they use for that, right? I forgot the word they use, right? Well, some say wolf tickets, but it's another word I want to use, not just wolf tickets, something else, right? Another way to say you sell blank checks, your ass can't cash, but that's another nerd. It's another term that was used. I can't think of right now, right? But that's what America's selling, counterfeit power right now. And you got people scared of counterfeit power. And that's why when they go to war in the Middle East, because Iran's not selling counterfeit power. They look like they have any power, but it's real. So this guy, he got $1 million, but it's not worth anything. This other guy, he got $1,000, but it's real. Who's really got the most money? The one's got $1,000. One's got $1 million worth of counterfeit money. He's getting all the benefits, but he's got to pay for all that. And when they come in contact, and somebody holler, hey man, that $1 million he got is counterfeit, he's dead. Because now he has nothing. And the people that he's been buying, they gonna tear his ass up, and the guy that got $1,000 gonna whoop his ass. Because he don't have any strength, he's got a counterfeit power, counterfeit money. And America's selling counterfeit power. So is Farrakhan. Okay? They say, I told you he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So I said that all this stuff started happening, right? Now, then CYA moved in mode now. Who's gonna take over? I told you they got a power stroke going on there now, trying to figure out who can, because they know Ishmael can't handle it, and if Farrakhan not around, they're gonna throw Ishmael out of it so fast, they don't even like him. And they know he ain't qualified, and they know the part is he's been sitting there for years, and the nation is not growing. And you look at that's why he's putting other people there. Hey, let's put Daniel, see if that inspire people. Let's put Jeffrey and see that inspire people, because Ishmael ain't doing it. So now he's trying to come stronger now lately. Remember, hey man, he's hollering, because he got a power struggle over there. And if you read the backstory, they're trying to make sure nobody comes over to me. Because every week they challenge what I say. Counterfeit power, brothers and sisters. Right? I ain't called something else, but I like that term better. Counterfeit power. That's what America has right now. That's what happens when everybody realizes counterfeit. Right? Like I said, the emperor has no clothes. What did happen when the world finds America is counterfeit power? And that's what this war in the Middle East is going to demonstrate. You got counterfeit power. They should have got it from Afghanistan and Vietnam, but they're going to definitely get it because America can get their ass torn up. And it's going to hurt them physically over here. See, when they got hurt in Afghanistan and Vietnam, it didn't really hurt the people here that much. They could blow it off. It didn't cause economic collapse. It didn't cause any political upheaval or nothing, right? So people, they must pay attention to it. Just man, okay. But this one is going to it's going to hurt America really bad. People are going to feel it. And so if America had any power, that would never happen. They lost because they had no power. They got their ass kicked by Iran, and not a little bit, but totally. And they walk around with Iran's boots up in their ass. They can't pull it out. It's so deep in their ass, they can't pull his boot out. People say, oh man, damn. I can't get the boot out, man. They really kick their ass good. And we can't do nothing to stop it. And then their forces they love so much, they can't protect it. Everybody's going to realize that kind of power is counterfeit. Because how can you can't protect false Israel on the siege, make. And remember the church, man, you got to save false Israel. You got to save Israel because that's God's people. And you got to help. And you can't. That's going to show everybody that their power is counterfeit. And everybody's going to roll in. Everybody coming to collect. Or the bill collectors come to show up. They can't stop them because they can't pay nobody off. Right? They ain't give the money's counterfeit. I ain't buying that. So they can't stop them. What are they going to stop them with? The power's counterfeit. You get it now, brothers and sisters? Mr. Counterfeit Man, he's right? What they call those people that print counterfeit money? A counterfeiter? He's a counterfeiter. He's a first-class counterfeiter. He sells counterfeit wolf tickets. a counterfeit man. I'm gonna do all this. I'm the man. You better freeze the options by Saturday. Or hell gonna break loose. I'm gonna kick your ass. He's a counterfeiter. He's running around with counterfeit money. And they're gonna figure out in a minute. And make it clear enough for you, brothers and sisters. Mr. Counterfeiter. Huh? So he gonna do a goddamn thing. And what is the resemblance here, right? That's what I ever showed you. See, this is, there you go. Yep, there you go. Okay, I missed something here. I don't go there yet. Nope, I missed something. What did I miss? Oh. I'll say I missed that. Hold on, look back. Another point I want to make. Oh, I know what happened. I jumped the gun here. See here? It talks about when the earth is shaken with her shaking, and earth brings forth her burden. Now we know who the earth is talking about. They ain't talking about the whole planet. You understand the angel key? You understand what they're talking about, right? Earth brings forth her burden. Who's the burden? We the burden. We're the burden. So in other words, we come together, right? On that day, she will tell her news. No, and earth brings, and a man says, what has befallen her? And then you tell her news, and our Lord, as that Lord has revealed to her. She's in judgment. And now, this gospel preached all the world, and then will come. Or the truth was come be totally, she's counterfeiter and everything else, right? But it says, what's befallen her? Now, I've been trying to figure out how to say this, right? Try to figure out how to say this, but it's just in the best, easiest way, but I don't know if I can or not. Because I don't think you understand everything is mathematics. I don't think you understand that principle. So everything they built here, they built because it was in the mathematical, was in their mathematical zone. Put that away. They had like a matrix, but it was in mathematical zone because, you know, animals have a mathematical zone. Bees have a mathematical zone. They can build stuff within that mathematical zone. Honey, beehives, and stuff like that there, right? That's in that mathematical zone. I mean, they think too on a mathematical level, but that's the level they think on. I mean, they have a brain, they have to think. But it's very low level thinking on that level. So that allows them to build beehives and all that kind of stuff right there, like wasps, they can build, see, birds. So that's in that zone, right? And so, and then you gotta think of the season, right? So you have to be able to adjust for the season. So in other words, you in that zone for that particular season too, right? So like a polar bear, right? He thinks in a zone, but he got a different season. So in other words, the next season he got to make adjustments, but his thinking will still be in that zone. It'd be polar bear zone for spring, polar bear zone for summer, polar bear zone for winter, so forth. You understand? But still in that zone, he still be a polar bear, right? And so what he builds that's consistent with that season, it'll be successful. So what you see here is this. Remember, it says in the angel, it says they will be allowed for a season. A season is probably 500-600 years, right? Okay. So they're in a certain mathematical zone, their minds. Sealed Bible. See, Bible speaks to that. Because sealed Bibles authorized what they did. It says, okay, we Ham. So it tells about somebody being enslaved. Ham would be enslaved to them. Right? We would submit to them. That's sealed Bible. That was the knowledge and wisdom, right? For this 500 or 600 year season. It was supposed to submit to that. Our submission means that we'll be in sync with that. It means, right? So we can adjust. Because wintertime come, man, you know, you got to put clothes on, you got to put stuff because you want to satisfy the winter. You might not like it. So that's what we had to do to survive the winter. Submit. Go along. We suffer. But that's what we had to do to survive the winter. The winter people, right? And they think of zone. So what happens is, this here is a zone, a winter kingdom for that zone. That mental zone. The mathematics for it. But the mathematics that works here would not work in the spring because it requires different mathematics. So all these buildings, all this stuff and everything else, right? That's one part of it. The other part of it is where there's another zone coming in at a time. So now you got a new season coming and a new zone coming in. That means nothing will work. This mathematics will not work. That means these buildings will not work. Their communication will not work, right? Their concepts, none of that electricity, none of that stuff will work. Everything will fall apart. They can't, because things worked while they was in that zone, in that season. This zone, for this season, this zone had control. Adam had control for this zone. I mean, excuse me, for this season. That their zone had control for the season. I said it wrong. Their zone had control for the season. That zone, right? That middle zone, Adam would have control. See, so that means what you see around you would be expression of this zone. And the only thing will work, that has to be consistent with the season. That's the only thing that will work. Anything outside of the season would not work. It has to be inside. It had to be within that season. It had to be within the winter season. Spring flowers do not work in the winter. You have to have evergreen trees and stuff like that there, because they're structured for the winter. They're structured for, right? You understand what I'm saying? So that zone can control. So everything they built and everything, all this building, their technology, all that stuff will work. But then they're going to know, see, if there's another zone coming in, that means the mathematics will overpower the zone they have. That is, that zone would not work under the influence of a higher zone. Lower pressure will be crushed by higher pressure. And plus, the season. So in other words, everything they built right here is built for a zone and a season, and the new season coming in has a new zone and a new season, and none of this stuff will work. Their computers, that's why they have all these accidents, something they call accidents. Everything, look around, man, planes fall crowded, things falling, fires, all this stuff. Because this stuff ain't working, it's gonna get worse. They would say, what has befallen her? What's befallen the earth? What's harmed America, especially America? What's befallen her? Why do they say that? Because nothing's working. The system start failing, being hacked. The war's not gonna work. The fires. You're gonna see the worst of it. This ain't the end of it. All of a sudden you see all these things happen. I said, what's all this stuff happening? Nobody understands it. They just had another plane crash yesterday. Because none of this stuff, the mathematics don't work anymore. All this stuff was in tune with the mathematics of this season and this zone, where this zone was in control. But another zone will be in control. That's our zone. So that means a new mathematics is coming in. And it's a new season. So we build, right? We'll be successful And what anybody else built would not be successful. It won't work. And once it's destroyed, they can even try to build something. It won't work. Everything built, it would not work. It just won't work. It just won't work. Because the mathematics won't work. It'll be a whole new math coming in. More advanced math, higher zone, and new season. Okay? Now, zone has been consistent with the season. That's why it says some people everlasting shame and appallment. They come in as a zone, right? They can make it in, right? But everlasting shame and appallment. See, because they're out of season. They still want the American dream. They're still thinking the American dream, all that kind of stuff. And it won't work. And you gonna ask people, they might make it, they think they can bring the demons if they could. We stopped cold. They won't even get anywhere near the hereafter. But if they could, they'd be trying to bring the American. That was one of the plans of the devils. See, some of the devils understood how this would work. Because even Jefferson said, his heart trembles when he thinks that God is righteous or something that's the just. So he knew it could be a day of reckoning. So that one, some of their plan was to create these demons, because they can get to the food, Son of Man, get to hereafter, and then they could take over and bring this back in again. But you can't bring this back in again. I said, that's why all things new. This can never be brought in again. These buildings, this electricity, this stuff can never be brought in again, because it's for this season and this zone. And right now, what you see right now is nothing's working, and what you see right now is because you don't go from winter to spring in one day. You start getting a warming effect. So what you start to see, right, you see technology stuff coming in that's moving towards the new zone that they can't control because it's not theirs. It's not working for them too well right now. It's not working for them anyway. I shouldn't say that. I should say it that way. It's not working for them because it's the dawn of a new zone. It's the dawn of a new season. That's what we told you about. Because computers is that age is our age. So age is coming in. And they lose control of it. They never had control to begin with. It's coming in, but they can't stop it. See, they can't stop. They try to use it to their benefit, but they lose control of it. I keep saying lose control. They never had control of it, but it's coming in, and they're trying to control it, and they can't, and have less and less, right? Because their age is out. See, you had the agricultural age, that was theirs, all theirs, slave and everything else. And then you had that intermediate age, industrial age, where it started to transition from agricultural to the AI age, that transition period, right, where computers start coming out of it, right? And now America's not so powerful now. What? Because of computers. Because other companies are getting it, and now they can hack into America. And all. They'll need atomic bombs and stuff. And they lose control. I keep saying lose control, but they losing their ability in their attempts to control it. I put that away. See? And so, and eventually we're gonna gain control, because it's really coming from us, and eventually we're gonna have total control of it. Because that's the new reality coming in. That's new reality that's coming in. Computers. See, you got to think these things through. You say, okay, if we're going from spring, so winter, spring, then what's the transition? What does the transition looks like? You're in it. But you didn't know that. See, because you don't put two and two together. Elijah Muhammad, he didn't tell you computers, but if you understand how he said history works, and I explained it, I've been saying years and years and years, they use computers. So they use computers, and that's what that runs this whole thing. That means we're trying to get back to that. Hook up the computers again. So now they didn't have computers back there. Now we're starting to get it. As they're getting stronger and stronger, more powerful computers. Still nothing compared to ours, what we have. Get more and more powerful. That's a transition. We're gonna have this. This is nothing compared to. I told you we have. I explained it. I said we're gonna use computers. So we have to use computers to navigate through the universe. I've been saying for years. So that means if we if you put two and two together, that means we must be transitioning into that age. So that's why you see all this technology around you all of a sudden, and it's getting more and more and more. And they have less and less ability to try to control it. It's getting out of hand because they never could control it. It's not theirs, it's ours. And that's a transition. Spring is coming in. They're trying to control it. Because if you lose control of spring, they know it's over, the winter's over. Say, well, let's try to control the spring. Oh. And it just gets warmer and warmer and warmer, and they try desperate to control it. Because we are, that's our age coming in. And they desperate control, and they can't. You understand, brothers? I told you we get closer, and I make it clearer and clearer and clearer. So what you're looking at, we see computer, you're seeing what we're transitioning to at the embryonic level. We have powerful computers, much powerful, more powerful. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about the mind of Allah. See if I covered everything. I tried to be a while today, brothers, just with this. See, but the math, like I said, the math, everything, all this mathematics, and all that stuff, nothing will work. You're going to see it worse. You say, oh, you seen plane crash? You're going to see a lot worse than that. Because this won't work. So that didn't make no sense. Like the last one in D.C. So you look at it and say, how? Because the system just won't work. All the safeguards and stuff will not work. They don't work. And they get worse and worse every day. So how did it happen? Massive car crashes? They would say, what become of her? Say, that man said, what befallen her? Why is everything just, nothing's working? Everything is accidents, everything's happening, diseases and outbreaks and building collapses, tornadoes and just stuff like that. Nothing's working. That's hell. See? That's Quran way of saying nothing happens without the will of Allah. In other words, you built within the framework of your zone in the season, and that's work. But now a new zone is coming in, a new season, and this math just don't work anymore. That means everything's, remember there's security system, everything else is all math and math. So all that stuff just nothing's gonna work. Like I was telling you before, they're so great military depends the planes rely on flying through the air. Do they control the air? No. So if there's a severe weather situation, their planes can't fly. So all that power means nothing. Right? What about, here my camera go again. What about the ships and the submarines? They depend on good weather, good weather and good sea weather. Well, if that's terrible, then they can't use any of that stuff. Do they control the sea? They control the waves? No. See how much they depend upon things they can't control? Oh man, look, I got all these planes, but they can't fly. If you got a severe hurricane going on in America, or America got to fly through a hurricane, flying to the west coast or east coast, or they fly on the ocean, you got severe turmoil in the ocean, or the boats can't. You never think of it like that. Oh man, that's got, well, can't fly if the weather's terrible. Oceans, it says the waves be roaring and carrying on. You see? Because the math does not work for that. That's why bad weather and everything else. The math just not work. And particularly, right, how much we control we have of the weather, because the weather is an expression, we the gods, weather is an expression of our, and so we get more angry. We don't know why we're angry. We get more energized because you have our mind back yet. So you're fighting yourself. The more energy you have, and the word, if you got a devil mind, you got a lot of energy, you really beating the hell out of yourself. The more energy you got, the more worse you can beat yourself. So now we beat ourselves even more than ever. Because we get more energized. You understand? More energized. You understand? So, as soon as you get your mind back, all the energy turns against, away from you to your enemy. When that energy is focused on the enemy, that could be able to handle it. That's tribulation. Because everything is going wrong for them. But what's happening with you? Everything is going right for you. Because now it's time for your zone and your season's coming in. So everything you do is going to work for you. All the ideas you have is going to bear fruit. All the ideas they have is going to backfire on them. Everything they do is going to backfire. Because it ain't working anymore, but everything you do is going to work in your favor. Your coming idea is going to work. Your plant seed is going to grow. Because now, that's fine, right? You in this, because the only zone that's going to matter is those went to the hard costs, because their mind is strong enough. The diamonds now, they're higher zone than anybody else. As they bring it, if they're higher zone, they're higher pressure, they're going to crush everybody else. If we are higher pressure, understand that. That's what hard cards did for us. Puts on intense pressure, cause the diamonds that we are highest pressure they can be. That means no other nation can stand before us. Because our pressure is going to be so great, it's going to crush all. That's why it's going to be, all the nations going to be, all of them going to be crushed. Because everything will work out for us. First, going to start working all bad for the devils. Up down the line. The devils, right? The next, Esau, and then everything be working right for us. Every move we make going to be in our favor. Because the math, because we work, the minds, right? The math we have will be in tune. Remember, because the angel, that's what angel's for. The season coming in. Right? So you're going to have the right mind for the season, and you got the right zone, mental zone, right? And so, in all those nations, everything, so that's why I said no weapon, right? Device can prevail against you, because nothing will work. And everything you do will work. That's dividing. You got your mind, you're in the right zone, right? You're applying the 5 pillars there. If you got the right mind, you'll be doing those things. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. I don't know if I explained it well enough. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the mind of Allah, then I'm going to close out. It's my last stuff today, brothers and sisters. I don't know how long. I know I've been a couple of hours already. Oh, maybe, yeah, I'm sure I have. Mind of Allah, so give me a, I got to take us a short break here, brothers and sisters. Give me a second. Okay, brothers and sisters, let me say one more thing about this math. You know, you got the locust war. Now, the locust, I told you the story of Samson, that's the locusts. I mean, that's the demons. Samson was a demon, right? He destroyed them and destroyed himself in the process. But he was enslaved too, and he got angry, and you know. But that's the story. I know you don't see it, they don't see it that way. But Samson was a demon. Now, the reason why they're so powerful, and there's only 17 million of them, why they prevail so strong, they end up losing in the end. But they prevail so strongly because they got some of us in them, so their math worked a little better than the devil's math. Simple as that. Their math worked a little better than the devil's math. It's a little better because they got some of us in them. Right? But it wasn't good enough. But both of them going to be destroyed. But they was able to last a little longer and create more havoc. And then finally before they were destroyed, after about 5 months. That's why they was able to prevail for that long. So let me move on. Okay, let me talk about this, the mind of Allah. It's very heavy. You know, I talk about a lot, I'm talking about a lot of things lately, brothers and sisters. And there's a lot more you don't know. Some things you cannot be told. Some things you cannot be told. Only the scientists know, and there's some things even the scientists don't know. Some things just can't be told because you couldn't be able to handle it. Right? Something only, anyway. Now, when I say the mind of Allah, He personified His mind. Remember, mind is a software, controls the information that comes in. So you got to understand the nature of that first God and how things were at that time. Everything was how do I say it? I don't want to use personified because then that gets you confused about how the birds and bees and all that kind of stuff, how this stuff come about. Everything was super. No, I don't want to use that word either. Anyway, the point is that that first being had all the structure, the total structure. I mean, all his genes was turned on. All of them was turned on. All of them. So he was big as a whale, super brain. Wait, you can imagine, right? Fast. Right? I mean, energy. The energy that individual has, like you can't. It's off the page. Remember, he was energizing a whole contracted universe. The energy that person had, right? But he was alone, just by himself. But remember, the mind is software. So the mind, right? He formed into a computer as a software, as brain and hardware. Right? I said, we all right now. We are that individual. It's like if he broke all the cells, became people, that's who we are. We're his brain cells. The animals are body cells. The animals are his body cells, different parts of the body cells. Because when you put all the animals and everything together, that's I talk about us being one body. No, all life, the whole biological system is one body, actually, on the general side. I don't want to go, because I don't want to confuse people. But no, this is all our body. This is the original being, because I said everything came out of that original being. First little things, and delegated. So you look at the whole trees, all that stuff, that is the original being in the form it is right now, because the tension pulled things apart. Universe expand, tension pulled things. So when you look at the whole, all that tree, that's, and we're the brains of it. We're the brain cells of it. Right? And we produce that cancer, the devils. But anyway, we're the brain cells of it. Right? See? And that's the hardware. What's going on here? Yeah. But the software is the mind. And so, where's his mind at then? We're the hardware, we're the body, the cells. That's the hardware, we're the software. That computer's the software. His mind is still here. We're still operating on the mind of the original being. We're the original being, the hardware. And the computer they use is the mind. Because that's our mind. Because that's what tells us what to do. That's the mind, that computer they use to write history, that's the mind of the original being. And we are the original being. We just split it in cells, but we are the original being. It says, Allah, he could comprehend all vision, but vision comprehends him not. That means one person can't see the whole thing, but like I said, once we come back together and tune in, then we lock in, our brains come back together. So now we got, what is that? What is that being, the being that when they're all connected? What is that? That's a good question, ain't it? Because when we start tuning in, now the brain's connected. We're all connected. So what's that gigantic brain now? What is that? What does that mean? That's something you think about. Because we start tuning in, we connect our brains together. When our brains together, connect together, right, we back alive again as the original being, only in this form. And that's our mind, our computer. So that computer tells us what to do. Here's a scripture, what to do every period of time. Go out, right? That's how they get it. They go around the computer and say, okay, this is what you need to do to get this outcome. Here's your scripture. If you do it, you keep on, the body keeps going. If you don't, right? Now you got cells, your body renews itself every 7 years. So the cells that can handle it, they stick around, and ones don't. Next thing you know, they go out with all other solid waste. Because we keep regenerating ourselves, getting better and better and better. Because remember, we're not going to stay in this form. Eventually, we're going to be back like the original being was again. Eventually, there won't be any devils. Eventually, there won't be any gorillas. And eventually, there won't be any, slowers. Because as they came into existence, they go out. So the last thing that came into existence was the devils. They're going to be the first one to go out. We start incorporating that back into ourselves. Because we're going to need all that strength, all that, right, all that substance, all those genes turned on to handle a totally compressed universe. To handle it, to withstand it. Can't stand this form here. We can barely withstand those pressures. I don't know if anything makes sense to you, whatever Bones says, but that's the mind of Allah. That's what that's our mind. We are Allah. We're just in this form right now. All as individuals. Eventually, there won't be no male and female. But the female is just much a part of the form as the male is. Just the female side of the gene, and he's the male side. But they're all brain cells of the women are brain cells of the original being too. The original being had both perspectives. But now we have our perspective and they have their perspective, and we respect their perspective and they respect your perspective, right? You respect their perspective. You respect their perspective and they respect your perspective, then you got the whole. But if you're gonna say, oh man, they want the women to act like men and the women act men like, that's what happened. You see men, they try to get women to act like men. Why, why you want, they say, why you trying to control them? That's what they want. And then you got the females, they're trying to make the men into females, trying to control it. And what you get a mess. Stop trying to control people. Learn to control yourself. Let them be who they are. If they messed up, then they're going to destroy themselves. You ain't got to do it. If they ain't in tune, they're going to destroy themselves. But you're going to try to save them, then you're going to end up burning up with them. You catch something on fire, you grab something on fire, you're going to burn too. It took me a while to really get that, because I'm just as dumb as the rest of y'all. Right? I was never a controlling type of person anyway, right? But I had that idea that, because growing up, right, that's what men for they had to control women. So I thought maybe that's what I need. That's the way you're supposed to do it. That didn't work out too well, right? And I ain't like doing it anyway. And I said, man, this don't make any sense. I started thinking about, man, if I do get control, man, what I got? I got another man? I'm gonna create me a homeboy? That's kids when I just go get me one little and just get over with. So I thought this thing through. I said, this don't make no sense. So I'm not in control anymore. And some of these females, man, they got the wrong idea about that too. Some of them. And I'm not sure about the guys, but I know the females. I've seen it. They feel if you ain't trying to control them, they don't want to be controlled now. But if they don't see if you're trying to control them, they figure you don't love them. Come on. So I had that problem before too. Well, if you want to be controlled, you got to go someplace else. I'm not going to do that. I waste my time doing it. If you need to be controlled, then you need to go someplace else too. I ain't got time to be trying to control you. You need to control yourself. I control myself, and then we share. Right? You make yourself happy, I make myself happy, and then we share happiness. I can't make you happy. If I got to make you happy, that means you're a slave to me. If you got to make me happy, I'm a slave. I don't know. And you can't make me. How you going to make me happy unless you know who I am? You may be happy, give me chocolate cake, and I don't like chocolate cake. No, I make myself happy. You make yourself happy. Because a lot of people, and that's the devil's trick, and a lot of females buy into that, because they get that ring on their finger, and then they think, oh, now you're supposed to put them in paradise. And so both of you end up in hell. Because he can't put you in paradise. You put your own self in paradise, your crazy self in paradise. He puts yourself in paradise, and then you share your paradise. And I had to, I figured out, but it took me a while to give that male stupidity. But I never was a kind of controlling person anyway, right? So I had that to have my advantage. And my wife tell you right now, she looks at me like I'm crazy sometimes. I'm saying, well, because I hands off. I'm taking off for a couple. I said, bye. I don't know where to see her go, but bye. Oh, you don't care? Nah, you don't care? I'm leaving. Yeah, I can't hear. You want me to say, please stay? I'm not. I'm not gonna tell you. You decided to go. You made your decision. Go on. Yeah, bye. I see you when you get back. I'm not gonna interfere in that decision. Yeah, maybe I don't like to see you go. I'd rather you be here. But you say you want to go, okay? Huh? What about the money? Yeah, you got control of the money. You do what you want to do with the money. You make money, you whatever. In fact, she controls the finance anyway. I be begging her for money. I actually control all the money. I get all the money there, all of it. She controls the finance. She'll tell you. She controls the finance, all of it, every penny of it. All the money I get goes right to her account. I ask all day, how we doing finance? Oh, we doing all right, so fine. I don't know. Because I want her to be her. I don't want her to be anything other than her. I don't want her to be another me. In fact, that definitely won't be another me because I don't like me. Or if I met me in the street, we'd be fighting. I tell you right now, if I met myself in the street, we'd be in a fight to death. Because I know the type of person I am. See? We'd be in a death match. Not that well, man, she probably took that all wrong and everything, right? See? I mean, if we communicate on a mental level, fine. We probably commit on that level because, first of all, let me that alone. Because I'm not sociable. I'm not a sociable person. I've never been. That's it. We've met. Right? So, right? So I'm doing like something. I'm not here to please myself. I'm here for these sisters. I made that clear. Went for that, I'll be out of here. I'm not happy doing this job. That's why I ain't telling nobody to give me the accolades, give me the money. The honorable Sula. Man, hell with that crap. I'm not honorable, I'm not trying to be honorable. I'm trying to be effective. I'm trying to be holy. I'm trying to be effective. I'm trying to get this job done, get people home, get these sisters home. The brothers come along, they want to. I'm trying to be effective. I ain't trying to be honorable this, honorable that. I said, I don't even like the respect to be a master, but the point is, I have to set an example, and we have to start showing respect for something. That's one thing I got to get my people to start understand. You got to respect somebody for their accomplishments. That's intelligent. That's why you call him Master from Muhammad. Master from Muhammad, not because he's a master, because he's mastered technology. Not because he's like master, M-A-S-A, M-A-S-S-A. He's not your master. He's not your master. He's a master of technology, superior technology. I've mastered Angel. Other than that, they don't no more than that. I don't take it like that, but the point, like I said, we have to start showing respect for, and I'll show respect to you when you accomplish something. So let me talk a little more about this. Let me show a couple of things this thing can do. Remember, that's not our computer. I'm just showing you. It don't look anything like this, right? I don't know what it looks like, to tell you the truth. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't operate on electricity and stuff like that, right? Because the mother plane does not operate on electricity. I think somebody said the other day. I said, no, that's wrong. I said, call it proton engine, right? Because it has some idea along those lines, but it doesn't operate off electricity. I can tell you that. Right, so we have other power sources that's more powerful than that. Let me say this one thing. You know what a magnet is? A magnet has two poles. That's basically electricity. Right? If you understand how magnets work. So right now, if they charge a magnet, but remember, they have natural magnets, you have generated magnets. You charge a large magnet, say you charge it like you put oil and gas in your if you have a house, get oil and down there for an oil stove or whatever, right? We charge this magnet. Got to make a good one, right? You charge like once a month or once a year or whatever, right? And you put in your basement, you don't need electricity. Because all you got to do is hook everything up to the damn magnet. It generates electricity. But if they did that, you wouldn't have to pay bills and stuff, or you'd have to just pay to charge it. And maybe you can find a way to charge yourself. There's ways to charge magnet, no. But the point is, see, that's why they do things they do, because they want to keep getting money out of you, pay bills and stuff. I'm not saying that's what the technology we use, because we won't. We might use magnet. We will use magnets, because magnets are very powerful, but we use for different reasons, right? Like I said, if you put a giant magnet in here, it's like a battery. Right? So how you make it, how efficient it is. Then you just hook up all your stuff. Then you got electricity flowing all to your house. You got no wires and all this stuff coming in. So then you figure how efficient it is, depending on how much you charge, how often you got to charge it. Somebody come out with a charger, boop, get a big charge. Once a year, whatever. Okay. But that's no story. Okay, so I said, this is not the computer. I'm just saying, I'm giving you an example. Now, this is the mind of Allah. And so it covers every 24,000 year period, right? All information there, and they pass on, keep moving on, right? So that's our mind. The mind's the scripture that it produces. It gives you, feed information to the brain. So that's the information it feeds, the scripture. Okay? So it has all the information for 24,000 years. It has all the information for that about every atom and everything in the universe. Totally couldn't. Everything for 24,000 years. It's all in there. So here you are. Say you're in year one. Here you are. You're doing everything. Because we're all master minds. We're atoms. It knows every atom, every mathematics. You could look at it on a mathematical level, but you can say atoms too. So it has all the information in there. And then you say on the other end, you say you're halfway through, 15,000 years in, right? Now, at the beginning of it, you got the computer, and you hooked into this, right? You tapped in, you plugged in, not with wires and electricity, but you plugged in. However, we plugged in, right? And you're looking down here and say, okay, what's happening 15,000 years from now? It's all in there. It's all in there. Okay? So you look down here, and you see real time. It's like I'm talking right now. You're looking right now. You see real time. Your computer, you see real time. And so you say, right? And so you say, oh, I want to focus on this particular place. Right? Because you tell, okay, like AI, okay, tell me what's going to happen on December 30th, 16,000 years from now, right? In West Asia. So you got to get a big old picture. See people moving around, birds flying, all that kind of stuff. You see action. Because you see all the atoms moving, everything, how everything is at the time. It hasn't existed yet, but you can see it because you see the mathematics tell you what the mathematics is going to be at that time, right? And say, okay, look into this group of people, this family. Now you got the genetic code, and that's mathematics. So it focus on that mathematics to a particular person, this genetic code, your genetic code. So it looks in, because remember, that's who you are, your gene, your genetic code. So you put that in there. So okay, so now it's looking at you, your upgraded version, 16,000 years in the future. And you send in your computer, right? And then you tell it, okay, tag his, remember the way it works, you're gonna have a computer and you got a little tag or whatever, beep, means somebody's looking at you in this computer from some other place, from 1,000 years in the future, or 6,000 years down in the past. Okay, so then you turn it on, and so now you connect it to that other person, real time, and you talk to each other, real time. Telling yourself 60,000 years in the future. He told me 60,000 years in the past. Real time, like I'm talking to you right now. That's one of the things this thing can do. That's one of the reasons I told you, I try to explain it in no way. I said, like in the cloud, your memories in the cloud, all your memories are right there. There it is. Because that thing has everything. Your memories are mathematics. So now, when you expire and say for upgrade, the only problem is you got to have you want your mind back, your brain back, so you know who you are. It's right there. Tap in, poof. All the information right there for you. So you keep moving on. That's one of the things this can do, and that's a small thing. Hope you got that. Got information in there. 24,000 year periods. I think they went a little further, 50,000 years ago, and pushed it to 2 cycles. I'm just guessing on that because some things give me that idea they did that because they were talking energy deprivation 50,000 years ago. They was planning for this. They knew a trillion years ago they were having energy deprivation because they know at some time the universe is going to get to the point. But how much detail they knew, that's a different story altogether. So did they require excruciating detail 50,000 years ago? If they did, then they had to span that to cover 2 cycles, which would have been a lot. Because it's designed to go 24,000 years because it takes a lot of time and energy to do that. So that's just guessing. You understand, brothers and sisters? That's one of the things they can do. Communicate to yourself. We got a desk spot right here because we don't have people here that have those computers. So they can look into us. People, when you get home to hereafter, maybe I shouldn't even tell you this. I debate. Let me think about that for a minute. Let me think about that one for a minute. Let me say one thing. You can look on anybody, especially if you got that genetic code. You can look at anybody But we don't go and look at everybody's bathroom habits, and we don't do that kind of stuff. See, that's the devil. That's what they be doing. They be pouring. Oh, they be looking up through the toilet at you. How sick they are, right? But anyway, we get home hereafter. You ain't be able to get away with anything because now we can look back because that's gonna happen. We get home, safety and everything said. We got rid of Esau and everything settled. There's gonna be another judgment, we're told. So the people that make it, especially if there's some suspicion, they're gonna look back and see what they was doing this time in their spot. We're gonna be clean, make sure we ain't got no agent or somebody here that was saying they was doing one thing is really doing another. That's gonna be the last test to weed them out. See? And we can look back here and say, oh, brother Ahmed, yeah, man, you was out there, man. Hey, who's that dude you was in the bed with? Oh, man, Bye. See, what you think it tells you? It gave you a hint. It says, the God and the Son of Man, they will come and visit you, visit everybody. What do you think they visit you for? First, they're going to tune in on you. So most of the secrets will be picked up right there. And plus, they can always look back and check you out. Make sure you kosher, so to speak. Once that's done, that won't be done anymore. That's the last judgment, because we're going to put a perfect kingdom, no flaws in it. Now said it. That's just one of the things it can do. That's powerful right there. The mind of Allah. Now you know what the mind of Allah is. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I just told you. That's the mind of Allah. That computer that generates the scripture. Because that's what the mind, I told you, the scripture's your mind. What it gets from the computer. That means the computer must be the mind of the original being, right? And it keep every 24,000 years, keep on upgrading, keep on not grading itself, but keep generating the mind we need as we move on through time. That's the mind of the original being. Because we are the original being. And that's the mind of him. I'm gonna leave it there, brothers and sisters. I talked a lot. I think I went about 2 or 3, maybe 3 hours, I don't know. I wanted to say all these things. I wanted to get this information out, brothers and sisters. Right. And as far as this message concerned, I had to, the only person this information is coming from is myself. It's not coming from anyone else. Anyone pretending they is not authorized and get yourself in a lot of trouble. I got this little fly, he keep commenting on my presentation. You don't know, he's through. He had his chance. He's already revealed, so I'm not gonna mess around. Once you understand, you put the iron in, you put the gold in the furnace and the impurities, then you don't come back and grab the impurities again and put it back in the gold. Why would you do that? What the hell? Then gold say, what the hell you put me in that furnace for? In a hot ass furnace, and then you to get impurities, then you put the impurities back in there. What the hell? What's your problem? No. Once the impurities show themselves, then you get rid of them. So they can do what they want to do. I don't want to hear it. They had their chance. They showed themselves as being pure. A problem. Right? So now they're gone. So they can buzz around all they want to. Pretty soon, have a fly swatter. But this information is powerful. Can't have anybody diminishing it, offsetting it, slowing it down, diluting it. That's all I'm getting. I keep telling you, what's the power of it is, you got the air out here, you got wavelength, you got frequency, you got amplitude, and they're putting out high frequency all the time, high wavelength, wavelengths, great wavelengths, right? But they got low amplitude. Like I said, a little bit of pressure, high pressure can overcome a lot of low pressure, and that's what the world is changing right now. You see, the world's coming in towards computers. America's in trouble. Enemies will move rising up on them. Or you're in there now talking about who's the truth. See, that's because this frequency, it's getting more and more dramatic every day. Because high pressure overcomes low pressure. And so I don't need anybody out there diminishing my pressure. Because it's working. And like I told you, if you wavelength that's inconsistent, then you neutralize the other wavelength. Or if it's opposite, or if it's inconsistent, it causes static. No, we don't have that. I keep saying over and over again. I'm finally made my mind. They don't get it. Gotta stop. This job has to be done. Right? I agreed to do it, so it's gonna be done. I said I don't want to do it. I don't do anything half-assed. If I agree to do something, I do it. I'm glad when it's over. I can move to Mars or Venus some damn way, get the hell out of here, because I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this. And you got to come with, I'm not selling now. I wish I could give it to him for a day. So to crush that dumb ass, because I know they couldn't handle it. I know they couldn't handle it. Where do you think this is coming from? You see me reading from a script somewhere? And everything I said is totally accurate. And a lightning bolt hit me in my ass. And I'm just some strange genius. I woke up and came out of the room. I was taught calculus. Hard work, hard study. Like I said, and I got to carry this around in my head all the time. And I can't even when I sleep. I've been dreaming about this stuff. I carry stuff around here all the time. It has to be constantly uploaded. So, because every time I talk, I got to make sure I got a cross-reference. Otherwise, I'd be like them. I say one thing, the next day I say something totally contradictory. Then what good would that be? I'd be just destroying my own self. Okay? So I got to carry this ton load around all the time. They carry around little 2 ounces tomorrow. They did that. I'm carrying around. I got to carry around a whole ton. And constantly, I can't let it down. I can't set it down. I got to be totally active all the time. So every time I say something, I have to cross-reference all of this stuff to make sure it fits. It's right. That's why they're always wrong, because they don't have nothing to cross-reference with. So therefore, when you check something else, it fits with this, but don't fit with that, or it just fits just one place. And that little script they had, but it's out of tune with everything else. So you say, well, that's contradictory. They don't see it, because it's not contradictory to that verse they're saying. But if you put the whole chapter together, the whole thing don't make any sense. I don't think that makes sense to anybody either. Okay, I think I'm going to leave right there, brothers and sisters. I was going to go into some other stuff, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm going to let this play out here. Then I'm going to close out.
36. Then he left the crowds and went into the house. And his disciples came to him and said, Explain to us the parable of the weeds of the field. 37. And he said, The one who sows the good seed is the Son of Man. 38. And the field is the world, and as for the good seed, these are the sons of the kingdom, and the weeds are the sons of the evil one. 39. And the enemy who sowed them is the devil, and the harvest is the end of the age, and the reapers are angels. 40. So just as the weeds are gathered up and burned with fire, so shall it be at the end of the age. 41. The Son of Man will send forth his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all stumbling blocks, and those who commit lawlessness. 42. And they will throw them into the furnace of fire. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. 43. Then the righteous will shine forth like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. The one who has ears, let him hear.